79% of millionaires never received a single dollar of inheritance. No trust fund, no rich uncle, no lucky break. But here's the part that should really mess with you. Researchers can spot who's going to become one of them years before it actually happens, just by watching what they do on a random Tuesday. By the end of this video, you're going to know the exact habits researchers found across a study of over 10,000 real, self-made millionaires. Not theory, no. Not vibes. This is actual data, pulled from actual people who built actual wealth. And the very last habit on this list has almost nothing to do with money at all, which is exactly why most people scroll right past it without ever trying it. That's a nugget you simply can't afford to miss. You're watching M Cubed, Money Mindset Makeover. This isn't another finance channel telling you to skip your coffee and call it a retirement plan. We help millennials and Gen Z build real wealth in the real world with real numbers. Let's get into it. Picture this. It's a random Sunday morning a few years from now. You open your banking app, not with dread, but out of curiosity. Every account already has a job before you even open the app. Your investments have been quietly growing in the background while you were living your life. Going to work, seeing friends, not thinking about them daily. You check your net worth, and for the first time, the number actually makes you smile instead of making your stomach drop. You didn't win the lottery. You didn't get a windfall from a relative. You just kept doing the same handful of boring things over and over until the math finally caught up to you. That version of you already exists on paper, in a future timeline that's still totally available. You just haven't met her yet. Here's why that feels so far away right now. It's not because you're bad with money. It's because you're competing against an algorithm literally designed to make you feel behind. Every scroll shows you someone's highlight reel, the trip, the new car, the upgraded apartment. Never the credit card balance quietly funding it behind the scenes. Add in real inflation, rising rent, and a stack of subscriptions draining your account $5 and $10 at a time. And it's no wonder building wealth feels like running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up underneath you. On top of that, most of us were never actually taught this stuff. Nobody handed you a manual for compound interest, credit scores, or how a 401k even works. You were expected to just figure it out, usually the expensive way. So if you feel behind, that's not a character flaw. It's a design problem, built by companies that profit off you feeling not enough, layered on top of an education system that skipped the one subject that runs your entire adult life. And once you actually see the design, you can stop playing a game that was never set up for you to win in the first place. Okay, ready for the part that actually changes how you see all of this? Cool, let's win. Here's something nobody tells you. Millionaires don't get rich from one big decision. They get rich from something I call the habit multiplier. Think of every financial habit as a tiny percentage, a small edge, positive or negative, that quietly gets applied to your life every single day. On its own, each one looks meaningless. Skipping one impulse buy, moving $50 into an investment account instead of your checking account, reading one chapter instead of doom scrolling for 20 minutes before bed. None of that feels life-changing in the moment you do it. But money doesn't grow in a straight line. It multiplies. The same way a small daily interest rate turns into a massive number if you leave it alone long enough. In the largest study of self-made millionaires ever conducted, 3 out of 4 of them said the number one reason they built wealth wasn't a huge salary or a lucky stock pick. It was regular, boring, consistent investing over a long stretch of time. 8 out of 10 used a normal employer retirement account to do it. No crypto. No day trading, no inheritance. And get this, the top careers in that same study weren't hedge fund managers or tech founders. They were teachers, accountants, and engineers. Ordinary incomes run through the same small habit, compounding quietly for close to 3 decades. Almost 80% of them said they still live on less than they make. Even now, well after crossing the $1 million mark. Not because they're depriving themselves, because the habit never actually needed to end. That's the habit multiplier in action. It's not one dramatic decision that changes your life. It's the exact same smart choice, repeated so many times it stops being willpower and starts being math. Quick question, and actually think about this one instead of scrolling past it. What's one money habit you picked up from your family growing up? Good or bad? Sit with that for a second or drop it in the comments if you want. It matters more than you probably think. So how do you actually start stacking your own habit multiplier, starting today? 5 moves. Ready? Number 1. Automate your investing so it happens before you can talk yourself out of it. Pay future you first, the same day your paycheck lands, not whatever's left over at the end of the month. If your job offers any kind of employer match, that's free money sitting on the table, and it's the single most repeated habit among the millionaires in that study. Number 2. Keep it stupidly simple. Something as basic as writing a list before you shop is linked to real, measurable savings, because it forces a decision before the money ever leaves your hand instead of after. Number 3. Protect your baseline. When your income goes up, let your investments go up with it before your lifestyle does. That's the actual difference between building wealth and just upgrading your stress with a nicer view. Number 4. Invest in your own knowledge the same way you invest your money. A chapter of a solid book on money or business most days quietly beats another hour of content designed to make you feel behind. Number 5. Give this the one resource almost nobody wants to give it: real time. The average self-made millionaire builds that wealth over roughly 28 years of unglamorous consistency. Not overnight, not next year, but started today, right now, with whatever amount you actually have, no matter how small it feels. I think about 2 coworkers I know. Same job, same paycheck, almost down to the dollar. Every time one of them got a raise, she upgraded her car and moved into a nicer apartment, and every extra dollar found somewhere to go before it ever hit a savings account. The other kept her same old car, kept her same modest apartment, and quietly moved every extra dollar straight into an index fund the day it hit her account, automatically, without even thinking about it. For years, honestly, it looked like the first one was winning. Nicer stuff, better photos. 10 years later, though, one of them is still starting over financially every couple of years, still one surprise expense away from stress. The other one just quietly crossed her first $100,000, and she'll tell you it happened so gradually that she barely even noticed the exact moment it happened. Here's where M-Cubed does things differently than most finance channels. This was never really about a spreadsheet. Poor habits buy things that feel like income. Wealthy habits buy things that quietly become assets. You don't rise to your goals. You rise to whatever system you've built underneath them, whether you built it on purpose or by accident. Nobody sits down one day and decides to be broke at 45. And nobody accidentally becomes a millionaire either. Both are just the finish line of thousands of small, repeated choices, made mostly on autopilot. And financial freedom was never really a number on a screen anyway. It's what happens the moment your daily choices stop fighting your future self and start funding her instead. That shift, right there, is the actual difference between someone who stays stuck in the same cycle for a decade and someone who becomes a quiet statistic in next year's Millionaire study. So no, this video was never really about becoming a millionaire. It was about noticing that every dollar you touch today is either working for your future or working against it. Every habit you repeat is a vote for who you're about to become. Every small, boring, consistent choice is quietly compounding in the background of your life, whether you're paying attention to it or not. You don't need a bigger paycheck to start this. You need one habit, repeated on purpose, starting right now. But here's the trap that sneaks up on people the second their income actually does grow. Your lifestyle quietly grows right along with it, and suddenly a raise disappears and you never even see where it went. We already broke that exact pattern down, habit by habit, in another video on this channel. If any of this hit home, that one's next. Until then, I'm signing off the way I always do. Unsubscribe from broke and become the CEO of your life, my M-cubed Mavericks. I'll see you in the next one!